Hello and welcome to the Bookyard. I'm Sam again.
And I'm Kai again. Sam's really trying to mix it up here.
It's because last time I said nothing and then you said I'm Sam and I said I'm Kai.
I get it.
So now I'm Sam again.
Well, hey.
How was your week?
Oh my goodness. My week was great, except I had a fatal accident.
Yeah, you're dead now.
I did.
You look dead. You look so tired.
I had a great week, but I kind of exhausted myself, and then I legit did have a little accident. Like a potty accident. It sounds like I'm like potty training. I had an accident. But
that has happened before too.
Are you kidding me right now? How dare you?
To me.
Anyway, so what happened was I was at a friend's pool party, and her uncle is hella rich, like hella.
Yeah, like super rich. You should see the pictures of this pool.
So they have like this incredible pool, and they have like a kind of ledge walk-off area where you can jump into the pool. And I'm not even kidding you, it's like 20 to 30 feet deep, this pool. Like,
that's so fun.
So you don't get like scared jumping in. It's like a high dive, but like insanely high, and it's like off like a rocky ledge. So I jump off it a couple times, super fun. And then there was 3 of us who were like, we should jump all off at the same time.
Obviously, you're a group of girls. So
oh my
fun.
Gosh. And
summer.
As soon as I thought about it, in my head, I thought, my mom is going to murder me.
Absolutely.
Genuine. Like my mom is, you know that she would hate that.
No, absolutely. I can picture her face right now.
No, me too. And so I was like, it's fine. So we get up there because the little ledge has like 2 pillars next to it almost. So it's kind of like a walkway that's kind of narrow that you jump off of. But you can also, if you climb, can get on top of those pillars. And they're about 4 to 5 feet off the ground. One of them is 4, one of them is 5. So off the ground of where the original ledge is. So we're like, let's all 3 of us get up there. One of us will get on the normal ledge and the other 2 will go on the pillars, and then we'll jump off in different directions. But like, it's fun because we're jumping off at the same time. So I was like, okay, cool. So I get on the one that's easier, that's lower first, and then step over to the higher one.
Right.
And then I get up there and I'm like, holy shit, I can't do this.
Yeah, it's too high.
It wasn't even about the height. It was that I didn't think I could jump out far enough without hitting the rock on my way down.
Oh, that
because you're not supposed to jump off of right there. So like it had like a part of the ledge still, and I was like, I don't feel confident in my ability to jump far enough to not fall into the rock.
Spoiler alert. She was right to not trust in her ability.
And I was like, I can't do it. Like, and it was really high, but like just the setup, I was like, this is not going to be good. Like, I can't. So my friend, the one who it's her uncle's house, she was like, I will switch you, because I was up on the 5-foot ledge and she was over on the 4, and the 4 didn't have a step off where it was as far to jump out. So I was like, okay, I'm willing to do that for you. Like, we'll do this, because it was for her birthday. Like, she wants to do it, I'm in. And that seems safer to me. And like, this isn't my uncle's house. So like, if you get her, like, whatever.
Yeah.
So she gets down and I hold one of their hands to walk over to the other ledge, and I slip and I fall on my like boob/rib into the rock.
Yeah.
And I got the wind knocked out of me. Like,
yeah.
It hurt so bad. I fell so hard, and I just was like, oh my gosh. And I lay down, and thankfully, I think I just bruised it a little bit. Like, I've been okay. Like, I don't think I cracked a rib or anything. My arm is beat up. Like,
No, it looks bad.
It looks like I got in, like, a motorcycle accident, and, like, I, like, skidded on the road.
You've got, like, burn marks.
I have, like, terrible, like, burn scratches and, like, bruises all over my arm. Like, it's disgusting. And so I don't remember if I told you this part, but I was like laying there recovering, and like you kind of have to trek up the mountain to like get up to this ledge, because like it's high. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get back down. But then I look over and there's the slide.
Yeah,
entrance.
I know that you went down the slide. It was the most you part of the story.
So my arm is burning because it's all like scraped up, and like I'm still struggling to breathe a little bit, but I like have taken a couple deep breaths, and I'm like, okay.
Doesn't want to climb down the rock.
I don't want to climb down. So I'm like, I'm just going to go down the slide. And 2 of the 3 girls are like, what? No. And the other girl's like, okay. And like sets out the mat for me to go down. And I'm like, I'm going down. And they're like, no, like nobody's down there to make sure. Cause like they were worried I was going to like pass out.
For sure.
And I was like, no, I'm going down. And then I just went down the slide, and I giggled the whole way down. And while I was going down, I was like, I am insane.
No, yeah. If you were seriously injured, you would be laughing.
And like I got down there, and like once the adrenaline had like shaken off a little, I was like shaking, and I was like, I'm good. I'm great. So I almost died. I'm just really glad that I didn't fall off and fall into the water. That would have been so terrible.
Yeah, that would have been way worse.
So
Ooh, that would have been way worse.
way worse. So that was my not even near death experience. That was just kind of a crappy experience.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay, but at least I got to go down the slide. That was really fun.
That was really fun.
They were like, "Are you serious right now?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm going."
Yeah.
My mind was made up.
Might as
Nobody
well
could talk
do
me
it,
out
you
of
know?
it. Yeah. So that was a really long story, but how was your week? Any fun stories?
Vibe change.
Vibe change.
No near death experiences. This week, so as part of my job, I manage a community garden in addition to like my principal like job and everything.
Right.
So I have gone out to the garden every day this week and have just been trying to manage the like weeds situation because it doesn't always fall to me. Like the gardeners have to weed their own area and everything, but like the main area, it's kind of on me and like the people I work with, which it's me.
I looked at you and I was like,
so
oh.
I was like, I was out there and our like grounds people or whatever kept coming up and being like, I'm so sorry I can't help. And I was like, it feels like you could. Like it
Feels
really
like you
just
could
feels
help.
like you could.
Yeah.
So like every morning before I started work, I would do like an hour of like gardening and like weeding and everything. And I took a picture at the beginning of the week.
Ooh.
And then I took a picture at the end of the week. But it's on my work laptop. I'll have to show you.
How did you take a picture on your laptop?
Well, I sent it from my phone and then I deleted it because I didn't want to like. I've like
you like
I have
turned it
literally
around,
like
you're like
25,000 pictures and I've just been trying to not have that many.
Oh, I get it.
But at the end of the week, it was just as bad as the beginning because by the time I got to the like each day I do a section, by the end of the week, the first section was terrible again, and I was like, I am in above my head.
I thought you were going to talk about how you were tan this week.
I am a lot more tan this week. Okay, let me just tell a quick story about that. Okay, just very, very quickly here, because that was also part of it. I have been outside a ton. Obviously, we've talked a little bit about my weird paddleboarding moment. And then also I've been in the garden every day.
Yes.
Which, amazing. Staving off depression because
the sun. Oh, this is a podcast, not a depression.
Anyway, I've been getting very tan. I am like a typical white person, but my skin does tan very well.
Yes,
like
and her hair gets lighter too, so it like makes her look tanner as well.
Yeah, it's super fun. It's a good time. But I was getting really tan, and this week was just like, I really need to take some time for like skincare stuff. Want to make sure like I have been out in the sun, so I need to make sure I'm moisturizing enough. And I need to make sure I'm like taking care of myself. And I was like, you know what? I haven't used my hyaluronic acid for a few days. So I like do my skincare routine in the morning and everything. And I go to like put on my like dropper of like hyaluronic acid. And it's my day off. And I like have a bunch of plans. It's super fun. And I like put it all over my face, go about my day. We actually recorded on that day. So Kai was over. She was like, yeah, you're tan, whatever. I go to like take lunch to my husband at his job where I used to work with Kai.
Where I work,
And my old boss, Kai's boss, runs into me and goes, oh my gosh, Sam, you are like extremely tan. Like you are so tan. And I was like, oh yeah, I've been paddleboarding. Like gave him the whole spiel, right?
Right.
I walk out to my car.
Hold on, before the reveal, let me also tell you this, that the next day at work, I see my boss and the first thing he says to me is, oh my gosh, Sam's so tan. And I was like, oh, okay. Because like I told him out loud, like, I didn't notice anything, but maybe I've just progressively seen her getting tanner, so I haven't noticed. Been
with me, like, when I've been outside a bunch. So
yeah,
like,
so I was like, oh, okay, but like, I was like, wow. But he was like, no, she's so tan. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Okay, now continue.
So yeah, I go out to my car and like starting the car again and everything, look down at my hands and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm orange. Like there is like something on my hands. Like what did I get on here? I didn't put my hyaluronic acid on. I put tan drops on that like sometimes if I'm like going out or whatever, I'll like put them on my legs and like whatever. Like, you know, it's a girl thing. Yeah. Like I want to like have tan cute legs.
Yes.
And my face and arms obviously tan way faster than my legs.
Yep.
So I like will put them on my legs and everything. But I didn't use my hyaluronic acid for my face. I used my tan drops. So when I was at my old job dropping off like food for my husband, I was like 2 shades darker than what I was already. I looked like a certain president of the United States, and it was the worst day of my life.
And I just, because the next day I texted her, I was like, he keeps telling me about how you're so tan, and like I think that's great, but she's like, I have to tell you something.
It was the worst thing ever. It was terrible. And the worst part was that I forgot to tell you later, that week, earlier in the week, I had called out of work sick because I was sick one day last week.
You were, yeah.
Not last week. It was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
But I was sick one day. I got like a weird stomach flu and I stayed home. But then I was off that Friday and off that Monday. So like it worked out in like the weirdest way. But I come back to work 5 shades tanner.
And everyone's like, oh, you were sick?
And the CEO sees me in the hall and he's like, you feeling better, Sam? And I was like, yeah, I'm doing great. And he goes, you are really tan. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was so embarrassed. And I was like, yeah.
I was sick though.
I really was sick. I'm just also an idiot.
You know he's not gonna get that. If you tell him you do tanning drops on accident,
not.
he's not gonna get that.
No, he's not. And he's the nicest person ever. He wasn't even trying to be like weird or snarky. He was just like, oh my gosh, you got some sun. And I was like, yeah. Anyway, I'm so sorry. That was so long. We're 10 minutes into this episode, but let's get started. Pitch a book. This is so exciting.
I'm so excited. Like we've kind of talked about in the introduction of last episode, today we're doing one of our favorite experiments, pitch a book. Pitch a book. This is a concept we came up with last season where we present a book to the other person who doesn't know what we read, nothing about it, no genre, no idea or anything, and then we pitch it to them and we get their thoughts, kind of talk about it, and then we ask them if they would read it, and then we make them read it still.
Yeah, regardless of whether we say yes, we're going to go read the other person's book.
And then later in the season, we'll revisit it after the other person's read it and we'll share thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
But this is one of our favorites because we don't very commonly have secrets the other person doesn't know.
Yes.
So it's so fun to be like secretive and be like, I know something you don't.
I know. It's so fun when we know we're working on a pitch a book because we'll be like, what are you reading? And we have to just kind of like, my pitch a book. Something else. And it's so fun.
So we've been counting down the days until we get to record this one.
And we may do another one this season because it's one of our favorite things.
It's so fun.
Genuinely, it's the funnest thing ever. And if you have a friend who's like your reading friend, go do it. It's so
Absolutely.
fun. Go pitch the book and then make the other person read it because it's so fun.
It's so
fun.
And
it's so fun to try to read a book and then put it into words that are as vague as possible. And it's just, it's so good.
Yep.
So just to set this up a little bit, when we go over our pitch a book, we kind of have like a little template that we took from last season. And really we kind of go over how we found our book, like what led us to it, go over the genre. We go over what it's rated on Goodreads. That's not like super important, but it's interesting for sure.
Yes.
We go over the concept and kind of like some background of it. And then any like vibes or descriptions or anything that we feel is like important information. Then we go over some of the tropes that it has, and then we kind of open it up for questions before we do a reveal. So exciting. I can't wait. Okay, so I think last time you went first, and you did Shark Heart last time, and it was so fun.
I did. It was so cute.
So I'm gonna do mine first this year.
Okay, this year.
This season.
Okay.
This time.
I'm so excited. I'm sorry.
So, okay. To remind you, last time my book was a thrift store purchase,
yes,
right?
The Wishing Game.
Yes, it was the Wishing Game. I went in basically looking for anything that caught my eye, and I ended up picking the Wishing Game.
Yeah.
This round, my book is a new release. What?
Oh my gosh, okay.
Is it the same?
No.
Okay, good.
Me and Sam have been talking about, what if we have the same book?
What if we chose the same book?
That'd be literally insane.
So it's a new release from an author who's already written quite a few books of a different genre.
Oh.
I don't know that you know the author, though.
No, I have no idea what we're talking about.
That's a point.
Okay.
But I chose this book because I saw it a few times, like right when it was coming out, and I was like, this looks pretty good. Like, it was getting pretty good ratings, and I was like, okay, this looks really good. Okay. But as I was like researching for Pitch a Book, I looked at all the authors and everything, and I realized the author who wrote this fantasy book is a romance author. And I was like, because it could be really cool or it could be terrible.
Oh my
and
gosh.
I was like, okay, yeah.
Okay.
So we've talked a little bit about authors who like transition to new genres.
My brain is doing like a hamster wheel spins right now. Like
Crazy,
I'm like,
right?
what is it?
Like Rebecca Yarros says this. She
Yes.
writes like a contemporary romance and then she goes to fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, you know, sometimes it turns out great and sometimes we were just like,
Yes. Yeah.
So I was really curious about this one because I haven't read any of this author's romance books, but
Okay.
it seems like this is her first like fantasy. And I was like, okay, I'm into that. Like I'm excited.
I'm all in about the female author too.
Yeah. So this book is a fantasy and
Okay.
it has like a romance subplot.
Obviously.
So I mean, technically it
Romantasy.
is a romantasy,
That's
but
okay.
like I would definitely characterize it as like a fantasy book for sure. Like it doesn't sacrifice the fantasy
For the romance plot.
which I like.
Yeah.
That's kind of the side of romantasy I err on.
Yes, for sure.
So this book
Mm-hmm.
has a 4.47 on Goodreads.
Shut
Like
up.
it is up there. Which is
Okay.
another reason I was really drawn to it. Because
Okay.
as I had like a few options for this like pitch a book,
Mhm.
I kept going back and forth and I was just like, how this book has a 4.47. That's a
insane.
big deal. Like
yeah.
typically we've talked about this recently. Like we kind of fall between like, you know, a 3.7 and like a 4.23. But
Yeah.
4.47 is really high.
Yeah.
And that tells me like it's either been super overhyped or, you know, something.
Mhm.
Or maybe it's just like a gem. So I was like, okay.
Okay.
So unbelievably high rating. For
Uh-huh.
some context, I did look this up. Some of like the more popular romantasy that we've like talked about or like looked at. So I just read Dance of Thieves.
Yeah.
I loved it. And it's
Mhm.
a 4.11. Fourth Wing is a 4.58.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So we're kind of right in the middle of those
Yes.
two. And I was like, wow, cool.
Yeah.
Sweet spot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's get into the concept here.
Okay.
Interesting though, right? Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm so excited.
So the book that I chose has some very interesting world building.
Ooh.
The world
Uh-huh.
in which it takes place, and it's very accessible. Like it's not super overwhelming,
Mm-hmm.
but it's very dangerous. Like there are monsters in this world,
Okay.
kingdoms.
Okay.
So monsters will like attack kingdoms and everything. And because of this, they have set up a complex system of like treaties that protect them. So because the monsters are there and like they're super powerful, like they can like kill a bunch of people at once and everything.
Yeah.
They're-
Wait. Sorry. Talk to me more about these monsters.
Yes. So they have quite a few different kinds. They have like monsters that are kind of bird-like. They have ones that are kind
Like
of
a
like
griffin.
yeah, except they have like weird names. They're
Oh, okay.
monster names for
Mhm.
sure. And then they have like sea monsters. And
Ooh,
they
okay.
have ones that are like some kind of crazy wolf.
Oh,
And like
okay.
a bear looking one. Like they have quite a few different monsters, but they're all very powerful and they they attack a lot of people in kingdoms because of like a migration that happens.
Okay.
So like every like, you know, few generations or generation or something,
Mhm.
like a migration happens and all these kingdoms lose a lot of people because they haven't found a strong way to defend against these monsters.
Gotcha. Okay.
So because of this, there's like a lot of treaties that the kingdoms have to engage in.
Mm-hmm.
One of these is this like set of expectations where two kingdoms marry their children, like to
Ooh.
solidify the peace, right?
Mhm.
So like once a generation, a princess is given to a prince from another kingdom and they get married,
Okay.
and that kind of ensures that those two kingdoms don't start wars against each other. They really try to like maintain the peace because they have bigger problems to worry about, right?
Okay. Okay.
So
Mhm.
it's very normal. It's just kind of the setup there.
right.
But this book, unlike some of the secret princess situations that we've read a lot of, is actually just about a normal princess. She's
That's
just
so fun.
from the beginning, she's a princess.
She's a princess. Yeah. Yeah.
So our FMC is the firstborn daughter of a king.
Mm-hmm.
However, she has a situation. Her mom dies like very early in her life. I can't remember if it was childbirth or she was a little baby.
Mm-hmm.
But the king remarries and has a new daughter and son with his new wife. So it's kind of like
mixed
Cinderella
family.
situation,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So this new family kind of takes precedence, and our FMC is basically forgotten. She becomes this background character in the castle.
Okay.
So her step family is kind of the main characters in the kingdom and everything. So she basically she really likes to be alone and she likes to do this, but she doesn't really have a ton of the firstborn daughter like role.
Gotcha. Okay.
So she kind of minds her own business and is promised in marriage to like a general of the king.
But not the prince?
No, because the king chooses who the daughter is and he's chosen his youngest daughter to be the person who gets married to a
Oh.
prince. So our FMC is like not even part of this situation, but
Okay.
she's watching her sister prepare for this.
Gotcha. Okay, I was confused. That makes sense.
So she's basically engaged to this general and everything, and watches as her sister, who's this like powerful, she's good at like swords and like
Ooh.
her sister's just, you know, she's the powerful FMC that everybody wants.
Yeah. Yeah.
But our actual FMC is the older sister.
Mm-hmm.
And she's kind of been pushed to the side, and she likes to swim and to draw and to like do all these things.
okay.
And she's just a good person. And she's not super bitter towards her family, which is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
She's kind of accepted her fate and everything. But anyway, the story actually takes place because the younger sister of the book is about to be given to this rival kingdom,
Mm-hmm.
who are known to just be this absolutely like lethal group of people, right?
Okay.
They kill monsters. Their culture is kind of mysterious because they live super far away, but
Okay.
they're warriors.
Okay.
So when the prince and his men arrive from the other kingdom, some things happen.
Okay.
And our FMC is suddenly finding herself with her place switched. So she is taken to the other kingdom instead of her sister.
And are you not going to tell me what happens?
No, but
Okay.
but anyway, some things happen. It's not like a crazy, but it gives some stuff away.
Okay.
She ends up marrying the prince.
Is he like hot and sexy, mysterious?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So she at her own kingdom ends up being like switched places,
Mm-hmm.
marries the prince, and is about to be taken away, right?
Okay.
As she's like trying to grapple with this new reality, because she was already engaged and she was
Right.
already like, she didn't like love her fiance or
But
anything.
she'd
He was
accepted
older,
it.
and she was like, I've accepted my future. I'm a quiet person. I want to be a quiet person, whatever.
Right.
She's pulled aside by the king, her dad, before she leaves. And he lets her know, I have been training your sister since she was little for this. She was going to be a spy for me because of all of these crazy things
Okay.
that are happening.
Uh-huh.
So with absolutely no context and no training, like you were so bad at swordplay and archery and everything that like your tutors gave up on you,
Mm-hmm.
you are now going to be a spy for this man who you've just married and who you don't know. And you're going to go live in his kingdom and you're going to get me information about his kingdom. What? She is the worst spy you could ever expect.
Oh,
right?
I'm sure.
So she has to travel. Trevor?
She has a Trevor.
She has Trevor. So she has to travel to this treacherous kingdom, like through the sea, pirate vibes for a minute. Like she has to
Ooh.
travel on boats.
Can I guess? Is there like natural kingdom? Is it kind of like snowy?
It doesn't mention snow, but there are mountains for sure.
I'm just imagining them like living in this like mysterious, like snowy mountain.
No, but there
dark.
are tree houses. There's a whole like town.
Sam's dream.
Dreams. Because the monsters like in that area are like ground monsters.
So they
There's this
live
whole
in
city
tree houses?
in like the trees, which is so cool.
That sounds incredible.
But anyway, she has to travel to this kingdom with a man that she doesn't know and is also married to. Learn how to be a spy and try to rescue the kingdoms from a new terrible like monster threat that is happening that she didn't know about before this whole situation.
Is she just supposed to like write letters back to her dad, or how is she supposed to relay the information?
Okay, great question. That's amazing. She's sent there with two of her ladies' mates. And the plan is that when she gets enough information, she'll send one of her ladies' maids home with the excuse that like she's homesick, which is true. They're both very homesick. And she's just going to acclimate to the area and then send one of them home so that they can go
Gotcha.
back with their family. But her ladies' maid will take it back to the king.
That sounds like a weird plan, but okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely like they don't have another way of communication.
Yeah, when everything
It's
seems
not
so like unstable
electronic or
yeah.
anything. It's you could do letters, but she also is going into a kingdom that has no context for that, and it's over the sea. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like we don't have that many options.
You're right.
So there's that. Tropes wise, I'm not going to tell you all of them because I think it spoils quite a few of the like best parts of the book.
Okay,
because
that's
there
fine.
are a few that are like what
Okay.
in the middle, and you're going to be excited about it.
Okay.
Obviously, trope stepfamily Cinderella dynamic.
Diamond.
Dynamite.
Dynamite.
But like super fun.
Mhm.
You know?
Mhm.
They're fine.
Mhm.
Animal sidekick.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you more about, but there's an animal sidekick. There's a cute kid who takes the main character in.
Oh.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, it's
Yeah.
so cute.
Yeah.
And she's so cute. And then we have like very fun FMC. And this is a trope that we like. Ooh. Where it's someone who has been under someone's like control for a long time and finally puts themselves first. So like one of the quotes that I loved that kind of encapsulates the trope was, we have this little girl boss who gets to decide her fate for the first time. And she says, I will not go quietly into a cage.
Well, okay.
She's that girl.
Well, okay.
There's also a training montage.
I love a training montage. Which we love. I don't know why.
I knew you were going to love it.
I love a training montage.
Training montage is one of our favorites.
It really is.
Do you have any questions for me?
I'm figuring one of these tropes you're not telling me specifically, so I guess I'm not going to ask.
No, that's okay. Ask.
Do we have a forced marriage into love?
Yes, but in like a very different way.
Ooh, okay.
It is one of the tropes that I'm not going to talk about afterwards. Like, but this part, absolutely. She's married in the first like 20 pages. And you're just like, okay, yes. But it is a very interesting situation with her spouse.
Okay, what is the dynamic like with her dad?
So this is a very interesting part. Her dad, it seems like he loves her.
Okay.
She definitely went out of her way to be like, my dad absolutely adored my mother. Her stepmom was actually her mother's lady's maid. So when her mom died, it was like she was already part of the castle life. And her stepmom held a lot of resentment towards her mom.
Right.
And like made her cover up her hair or whatever because it was like a different color or, you know, just like. But her dad kind of ignores her at the first part. And then when she's leaving to get married, he hugs her and is just like, I love you very much. But he also asks her to do some really like uncool
sketchy things. Yeah.
So it's definitely a very complicated relationship.
Yeah.
And I will say, I thought this book was a standalone. It's not a standalone.
Really?
It will be a continuing series.
How many?
I'm not sure, but I know at least book 2 will come out next year.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Interesting.
Do you have any other questions?
How many pages is this book?
It's 511 pages.
I know what it is.
I'm just kidding. Perfect reveal. I thought it was a great length.
Yeah, that sounds like a good, not too much, not too little, like a good in between, especially where it's going to be a series. It gets a good basis, but isn't like overwhelming.
Yes. I loved it.
So one more question. She has a friend sidekick animal. Does she have any other allies that are human in her circle?
At the beginning, not really. No.
Okay.
Later, sure. Definitely you get kind of a found family.
Oh, I love a found family.
Beautiful.
Okay. Wow. I don't think I have any other questions. I'm trying to think.
Do you know what it is?
No, I have seriously no clue.
You want me to tell you?
Okay.
It's called Shield of Sparrows.
Oh,
I know you've
my
seen
gosh,
the title.
I've seen this.
Absolutely. It's by Devney Perry, and it actually came out like May 6th. It was really, really recent.
Oh my gosh, no, I've definitely heard of this.
Poppy actually posted this a few times, which is the first time I saw it.
Maybe that's where I've seen it. Wait, what's it called again?
Shield of Sparrows.
I literally put this as my want to read on June 5th.
I know. I was probably reading it.
You were like, what the?
It was really good. I probably would give it like at least a 4.
Here's the craziest part. I'm a part of a book club.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at my book club and one of the girls suggested we read this. We didn't ever end up like getting into it, but one of them was like, maybe we should read this one. And I was like, oh, okay.
It's good.
And we just got past it. We passed it over. But I literally read this thing not that long ago and put it as a want to read because we talked about it at book club. Like
it's
all the
really
people who
good.
have want to read are part of my book club.
Like this is one of the books that I would reread before the sequel comes out.
Oh my gosh. Okay, what like romance series does she do?
She had quite a few. I actually hadn't heard of any of them.
Oh, okay.
So, but I know that there was like one in the description was talking about poker. Like I know they weren't like romance. Not romance. I know they weren't
romance.
They weren't romance. They weren't fantasy. They were like contemporary romance.
Yeah. Huh. Wow. Well, I'm excited because I have been wanting to read this one,
and
actually.
I have it, so I'll give it to you because it's just in my car, so we have to wait till next week.
Oh my gosh.
Good.
Yes. Okay. I was like, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited.
It's really good. I was like kind of surprised by it.
Yeah.
You'll like it. You'll like the romance too.
Why, does it say something about like daddy or anything? Or
Nah, he's just super hot.
okay, cool. Every time me and Sam read the same book and it says anything about like daddy or
I will like mark it.
power dynamics or anything like that, Sam's always like, you're gonna love this.
You're gonna love this. You're gonna eat this up.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I'm really excited.
I'm so excited for you to read it. And now I'm so excited because I want to hear your pitch.
Okay.
Tell me about your book.
Okay. So last time when I had my pitch book, we talked about this a little bit earlier.
Yes.
I did Shark Heart and I went to Poppy. And
It was so good.
I asked because we talked about this before. I don't get any sort of like recommendations on my For You page or anything. Everything I read is through other people through Goodreads or you telling me about it or me seeing it randomly at the bookstore.
Yeah, I get a ton of recommendations.
I
online.
never get any suggestions. So I was kind of like, what am I going to do? So I have a secret to tell you. I went to Funded Pages Without You.
Oh my gosh.
And I went and I was like, guys, we have this concept. I need your help. And
the recommendations.
they're the best recommendations. And they said, could you imagine trying to pitch this book to each other? And they're like, I have the perfect book for you. They went out, they handed it to me, I bought it. They didn't tell me anything about it.
Fun. Okay, great.
Nothing.
You didn't even get a pitch.
No, I didn't get a pitch. They just said, imagine trying to pitch this one. And then gave it to me and I bought it and I left.
Fun.
And I
Okay.
started it and then I was like, wait, what genre even is this? Because like I didn't read the back. I didn't do anything.
You just went in.
I just went in.
I love that.
Because we all know this. I get a little bit biased depending on other people's opinions. So I was like, the best thing for me to do is just to know absolutely nothing about it. I don't want to know when it's rated on Goodreads. I don't want to know who's read it. I don't want to know anything.
Yeah.
So I picked it up. And speaking of Goodreads, it is a 4.14 on Goodreads.
Right in there. Okay.
So
that's
it's
such a sweet spot book.
Yes. The genre. Do you want to guess the genre? I'm making you play this game right now.
Sci-fi.
No. It is a YA thriller.
Whoa. You read a thriller?
I read a YA thriller.
This is crazy. You're not a thriller girl.
No.
Okay.
With
That makes it so fun.
a subgenre of mystery.
Wow. Oh my gosh, this is so outside of your comfort zone.
I know. I've been like dying to tell Sam about this because I never read thrillers. The fact that I read it
No.
to pitch to Sam is crazy.
That is so fun though.
like
I'm so excited.
I went so out of my comfort zone. So let me give you a little bit about what it is.
Okay.
So it's hard because this is also a really good book club book if anybody's been looking for a book club book because there's so many
fun.
discussion to have about the book.
Okay, I like it.
One discussion point is people don't know if this is whether in the past or in the future. So I can't really give you a
It's
timeline.
the silent patient.
Could you imagine? I would die.
hate that.
So it's like has some future elements but also a lot of past elements, so it's very confusing on where we land in a timeline.
Okay, cool.
Just to give a little preview.
I like
so
it.
when girls turn 16
Mhm.
in their town, they're cast away for a year to go camp with one another to release their magic. The men of this town believe that females from 16 to 17 have magic that lure men in and make them sleep with them,
Oh, that's super not about pedophiles at all.
even if they're married,
Cool.
because they have magic. So they have
Right.
to be away from everybody to release their magic to come back to be a wife.
That's creepy as shit. I love it.
So the main character is this defiant woman who's like, I am not going to do this. This is ridiculous. She has always been raised by her father to do the fishing and the camping and the like all of the things. Like she has all of the life skills.
Okay,
While her sisters and everybody else has been being raised to be a woman.
Okay.
Because she's like, I'm not going to be wedded off. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to. I would rather work out in the fields. And that's like her dream. Because if you're not married, if you're not chosen, then you have to go and work.
And she's like, hell yeah, that's what I want.
She's like, that's what I'm doing. So she goes out and she gets all cleaned up for once. And she actually has a suitor choose her.
oh.
And when you're chosen, you're given a veil.
Ooh.
And you wear the veil until the next day. And then, so, okay, let me retry explaining this. So all of the men get together and the women get together. It's the one time a year they're allowed to get together while the men deliberate who is going to be chosen to be a wife. And
Wow.
people like are like, I want this person. Or they like debate over who's going to be able to be
A wife.
A wife.
Okay.
So then the father of all the women who get chosen to be wife comes in a room as the women are in a line looking down, and they put a veil on them. And they're not allowed to lift up the veil in front of anybody until their husband lifts it up the next day for them.
Wow. Okay.
So her father comes up and she's like, what the hell?
Absolutely.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Because are you kidding me? You know that I haven't wanted to do this. Why didn't you advocate for me?
Right.
So, and they aren't allowed to say anything about who the husband is until it's really like the husband lifts the veil.
Yeah.
The veil. Yeah. So she goes home and she's pissed.
Right.
And her mother, everybody's shocked. Like, they're like, I can't believe like you got to do this. And like her mother's always seemed like a very like into the town like rules.
Right.
And she's like, this is going to be good for you. You're going to be fine, whatever. She goes the next day and gets her veil lifted. And she's just like, I'm so mad. Like, I don't want to do this. And they get sent off to their camp. It's like they have to like row across onto this island.
Okay.
To release their magic. And as they're coming in, they don't know anything about it because you're not allowed to talk about it. Even if after you come back, you're not allowed to talk about it.
Interesting.
About what happens at this camp. So they don't know what they're going into. And they go in and you have to survive for a year. But there's also these things called poachers.
Wow.
Which are men who, if you leave the camp, hunt you because while you're in your biggest like phase of releasing your magic, they believe that your essence and your blood is the best. So they skin you and take all of your blood, and then the men drink it because you have like the essence of life.
Yeah.
So, and then these men get paid for it.
That's crazy.
So that is the like basis, is it's about these women who stay at this camp.
That is the funnest book I've ever seen. I love that.
Let me read you, first of all, the themes.
Okay, yeah.
Big theme, feminism.
Perfect.
Which I love.
That's my jam.
Totally. Well, we also have that mystery because what is going on? What's going to happen in this camp? Like,
yeah,
because the women come back and they're always like emaciated and they're sick and they're like, they look terrible and they don't talk about it. So they're kind of like, what happens?
What happens? Right.
Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And like the magic, like, what is the magic? How does it come? Like all of these different things. So it's kind of like a mystery in that way as well. So there's that element. There's some like forced marriage. There's so many different things.
I love it.
And this quote has to do with the feminism. Are you ready for this? It says, in the country, there's nothing more dangerous than a woman who speaks her mind. That's what happened to Eve, you know, why we were cast out from heaven. We're dangerous creatures full of devil charms. If given the opportunity, we will use our magic to lure men to sin, to evil, to destruction. That's why they send us here, to rid you of your magic. No, I drift off to my sleep, to break us.
I love it.
So that's kind of where we land. Questions.
I love it. Okay, what would you rate this?
I'm gonna rate it a 4.
Okay, great. That's awesome. For you, that's a huge deal.
Huge. I really don't do a lot of thriller. I really don't.
So do all the women come back?
No.
Okay. Cool. Do the women like who not come back? Like what happens if someone is chosen to be a wife?
Mm-hmm.
Do they choose a new wife or does that person just not get a wife?
No, they choose a new wife.
Okay.
And after the wives lose the age of like bearing children, they're cast out of the town to the evil things outside of the town and they choose a new wife.
Wow. So the character's mom, is she still in the town?
She's still in the town and she's still at like childbearing age.
Interesting.
But she hasn't had any new children in a while. Mm-hmm.
Fun. Are there any interesting side characters that you like?
Yes.
Related and liked and everything?
Yes, there actually is one side character who you learn more about her story, but she was involved in some town drama.
Ooh, okay.
And everybody hates her and calls her dirty and like she is supposed to be like the skank of the town.
Fun.
Because of this drama that we really don't know anything about other than she gets made fun of. And she ends up being chosen.
Really?
By one of the really old guys who cast out his old wife because she couldn't bear any more children.
Interesting.
Because the greatest honor as a man is to have your wife bear a male.
Of course. So would you say there's a lot of like very fun hypocrisy, Handmaid's Tale vibes?
Yes. Somebody said this is a mix of Handmaid's Tale and another book, but I can't remember what it was.
I love it. Okay, can I read it right now?
No. Any other questions?
No, I think that's it. I'm convinced. I'm there. I'm like, okay, next read. This is it.
Okay, so it's called The Grace Year by Kim Liggett.
Interesting. Has Kim Liggett written other things?
So she's written a couple of other things. None of them are super big or anything, but
Honestly, this sounds so good. I'm so excited to read it.
I'm just so excited because it really took me out of my comfort zone. Like I was maybe 40 pages in and I was like, what genre even is this? Like, what am I reading? And then when I was like, this is a thriller, I was like, wow.
Wow. Oh my gosh, I love it. Completely different vibes once again.
Yes.
I'm loving this.
Yes.
That's so fun. Okay, I'm so excited to read these. This
I
is
know,
gonna be the
I'm
best
so
ever.
excited.
I do want to mentally prepare you guys. We have already talked about our next pitch a book, and I think we're gonna do it on a theme. Specifically, I know we're trying to get away from Amazon, but still. We recently just downloaded like a bunch of crazy books on Stuff Your Kindle Day.
Because it's free.
Because it's free, you know? And I think we're gonna choose like the craziest one and then pitch it. Because I think that would be so fun.
Yep.
So anyway, that's our next pitch a book. But we will give you an update as soon as possible once we've read these two because it sounds so fun.
Yeah,
They
I'm really
both sound
excited.
so good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, that was one of our fun experiments. Next week, we're diving into a book that's recently come out by one of our favorite authors.
Woohoo.
We're doing The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig.
She wrote One Dark Window
Yes.
and Two Twisted Crowns.
Yes.
And we loved the duology.
We loved it. And one thing about Sam, she loves nights.
Absolutely.
So I'm really excited for her for this book because it's a night book.
I would absolutely do anything for a night.
But her style is so like gothic and like I'm just so
gosh.
excited.
Everything. She's so like strong woman, gothic, nights. Oh my gosh, it's everything I've ever wanted.
So we're really excited to deep dive into that. I'm getting all sorts of tongue tied. If you liked today's episode, you are in luck. We post every Monday. And if you're looking to get your fix throughout the week, you can also follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at The Bookyard Pod.
Have a good week.
Bye, guys.